trying again. Hey, there we go. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Wadsworth City School District Board of Education regular meeting for Monday, May 12th, 2025. If you'll stand and join me with the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have the roll call, Mr. Beeman?
Julie Beatty.
Here.
Amanda Gordon.
Here.
Jill Stevens.
Here.
Tim Beck.
Here.
Harry McComas.
Here.
Connor Godwin.
Here.
In your packet for the meeting materials, we have the minutes from the last meeting. If I could get a motion and a second to approve.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, Mr. Beeman?
Amanda Gordon.
Aye.
Jill Stevens.
Aye.
Tim Beck.
Aye.
Harry McComas.
Aye.
Julie Beatty.
Aye. Okay, we'll turn it over to our student and staff recognition. Dr. Hill.
Thank you, President Gordon. At this time, I'd ask for our Students of the Month and principals to please make their way backstage. Following the Student of the Month presentation, we have a special presentation by Dr. Robert Lasko, the Superintendent of the Medina County Educational Service Center, as well this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Wadsworth families. My name is Sanana Kelly. I'm the principal at Franklin Elementary School, and it is with great pride that we celebrate Eli Moeller as our May Board of Education Student of the Month. Eli stands out as a leader in both character and academics. His positive energy, strong work ethic, and unwavering kindness make a lasting impact on our school community. Eli is the kind of student who not only works hard, but also brings out the best in others through his compassion and perseverance. He reminds us daily of the power of empathy and the importance of showing up with your whole heart. Congratulations, Eli. We are so proud of you. Eli is also a proud member of the Franklin Elementary community. He loves being at school because, in his words, even though we're learning a lot, it's always fun. One of his favorite memories is field day, especially when the fire truck sprays water everywhere and the whole school runs around laughing and playing together and everyone is soaking wet. So Eli's favorite subject is science. He enjoys hands-on learning and the chance to explore and create. This year, he especially loved 3D printing and discovering how to create light from energy, experiences that sparked his curiosity and imagination. When he grows up, he dreams of becoming a professional baseball player. Baseball is his favorite sport because he loves being a part of a team and working hard together toward a goal. Outside of school, Eli loves spending time with his friends and being outdoors with his family. When asked who he looks up to most in the world, Eli said his parents. He knows that they both work so hard for the family. They are loving, caring, kind, and always there for him no matter what. Here's what Eli's teachers have to say about him. Eli Moeller is a hardworking and dedicated fourth grader who truly exemplifies what it means to be a role model. He consistently demonstrates many of our character-strong traits, including kindness, empathy, and perseverance. He approaches each day with a positive attitude and a strong commitment to doing his very best. Whether he's tackling a new math concept or helping a friend, Eli always gives 100% and never backs down from a challenge. He shines academically, especially in math, and his caring nature make him a valued friend to all. Eli is the kind of student who lifts up others around him, and we are so fortunate to have him as part of our fourth grade family. Please join us in congratulating Eli Moeller on this well-deserved honor.
Good evening, I'm Joe Shalala, principal at Isham, and I am excited to recognize Cody Perkins as this month's Board Student of the Month. Cody is hardworking, active, and a thoughtful student who brings energy and kindness to everything he does. Cody's favorite subjects are math, because he said, I'm good at it, and PE, since he loves to be active. His enthusiasm for learning and movement shows both in the classroom and out. In his free time, Cody enjoys climbing trees, and he plays both baseball and basketball, keeping himself busy and engaged in and out of school. Cody's especially proud of becoming a rock legend in Times Table Rock Stars, one of our math programs, and advancing all the way to 6th grade math in the Success Maker program. 2 major accomplishments that reflect his persistence and love of learning. One of the most exciting things he learned this year is how to play the recorder. And he finished 1 set of karate, recorder karate, and it's on to the next one, so making a lot of progress on that. Cody has participated in chess club this year and is always looking for ways to help those around him. When asked what Student of the Month means to him, he said, it's a huge accomplishment, and we couldn't agree more. Cody looks up to his older brother, David, who he admires for being strong and working hard. His dream job is to become an NBA player, and with his determination, we know he's capable of achieving great things. I think the Cavs need that right now, too. One of his favorite memories from school was building roller coasters in 3rd grade with his friend Xavier, a fun and creative highlight. If Cody could change one thing in the world, he would choose to bring peace, a reflection of his caring and thoughtful nature. His advice to younger students who want to be Student of the Month is inspiring. Look up to those who are helping others and setting a good example. If you follow them, you can be Student of the Month too. Cody, thank you for being a positive force in our school and a role model for others. We're proud to celebrate you.
Good evening. My name is Laura Maslick, proud principal of Lincoln Elementary, and it is my pleasure to introduce Eden Kavanaugh, Lincoln's May Board Student of the Month. Eden is the daughter of Joel and Rachel Kavanaugh, an older sister to Ellie and Zeke. She has a dog named Skylar that's also an important part of her family. Here's what Eden's teachers, Mrs. Barker and Miss Sibio, had to say when nominating her. Eden is a kind friend and a bright light in our classrooms. From volunteering as a substitute on the green team to helping shine a bright light in Lincoln's Student Ambassador program, Eden is always present with a smile. She has great work ethic and always tries her best, which is reflected in her work. Eden has proven to both her teachers that she can be counted on as a dependable and reliable member of our class. She models the Lincoln way and is an excellent example of good character. Eden's favorite subject is reading, and she's currently captivated by the Babysitters Club series. She's read most of the books in the series. When she's not immersed in a good book, you can find her playing outdoors with family and friends. Right now, her neighborhood is really into playing Foursquare, and she told me she loves when her dad plays with them in the neighbor's driveway. She is passionate about sports and currently plays 3: lacrosse, soccer, and softball. She loves playing defense and goalie positions in lacrosse and soccer. Her favorite meal? Steak, broccoli, and mashed potatoes. She says her dad makes the best angel pound cake for dessert. Looking ahead, Eden dreams of becoming a nurse. She says that she was so inspired this year when her 4th grade teachers took her on a trip to learn all about the 4 Cities Compact. She was captivated by all she learned from the kids who are part of the Advancement to Nursing program. She wants to pursue a career where she can help others feel their best. Her goal is to go to college, and right now she has her eye on Walsh or maybe the University of Akron. Family is so important to Eden. Every Friday they head out to their campsite at Jellystone Park. She told me she has the best time playing outdoors, swimming, and hiking all summer long, but she also told me she does not love the bugs. That's why you'll find her indoors at bedtime when the bugs come out at night. When I ask her about someone she admires, she says, Dr. Seuss. Not only is he a fabulous children's author, in her words, his books helped her to learn to read, but they also share the same birthday. As Eden prepares to embark on her 5th grade adventure at the new intermediate school, she's going to miss the amazing teachers she had at Lincoln. Her advice to first-time students is that sometimes school can be scary. She wants to remind the incoming kindergartners there are always kind adults and teachers to help you. A few of her favorite memories from her years at Lincoln include hatching baby chicks and watching them grow in first grade with Mrs. Eccles, as well as the awesome school dances put on by our amazing PTO. One of her favorite dances was the Princesses versus Superhero dance because her older cousin Gavin could help out at the dance. We know Eden's positivity and work ethic will continue to follow her as she begins 5th grade this fall. Eden, keep being amazing, and always remember that you are smarter than you think, braver than you seem, and stronger than you feel, and you can do hard things. Will you help me congratulate Eden Kavanaugh?
Good evening. My name is Dave Ryder, and I'm the principal at Overlook Elementary. This evening, Overlook Elementary recognizes Elena Powell as our May Board Student of the Month. As noted by our teachers, Mrs. Bennett and Mrs. Pecknick, we are very proud to recognize Elena Powell as our May Board Student of the Month. While this may be our last time to nominate a student for this year, Elena has stood out all year. She's a true leader in the classroom and sets an impressive example for her peers. Her involvement in multiple leadership roles within the school demonstrates her dedication and commitment. Elena is a preschool helper, a member of our student council, announcements team, and participates in the Girls on the Run. Elena works hard and consistently puts forth her best effort, showing perseverance in all tasks. She brings a fun and positive energy to our class, participating actively in discussions and activities. It's clear that she comes prepared each day, and her smile and enthusiasm for learning is contagious. We are so lucky to have her in our classroom this year. Elena's favorite subject is excels and enjoys solving problems. She and Mrs. Pecknick for their kindness and support, calling them her favorite Overlook teachers. One of her favorite Overlook memories was the 3rd grade tour of Wadsworth. Elena's advice to future 4th grade students is to follow the teacher's lead. They will guide you through 4th grade, and don't be afraid to ask questions. That's great advice from Elena, who aspires to be a lawyer one day. Outside of school, Elena enjoys cheerleading, dancing, playing basketball, and swimming as a member of the Wadsworth Waves. She has 2 pets, a dog Duncan and a betta fish named Red, White, and Cute. When it comes to dining out, Elena proudly declares, "I'm a steak person." That's what we have in common. And she loves visiting Texas Roadhouse. Her favorite vacation destination is Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Congratulations, Elena, on this well-deserved recognition as Overlook Elementary's May Board Student of the Month.
Good evening. I'm Carrie Hampshire. I'm the principal at Valley View Elementary, and I'm very happy to present Miss Millie Middleton as Valley View's May Student of the Month. She's joined here this evening and waving to her family, her mom and dad, Julie and Sean, her siblings, Evie, Olivia, Sean Jr., and Harlan, and her grandparents and aunt came tonight. She has quite the following. Millie is a very kind and caring, compassionate young lady. She works hard day in and day out to meet expectations, both academically and socially, in situations in our building. Millie loves learning and is often extending her lessons and activities and assignments that are done in class outside of school to further her knowledge. She's really driven to be successful. Her positive attitude and bright smile are contagious to everyone around her. Reading is definitely her favorite subject, and you can always find her with a book in her hand. She has an entire list of novels she'd love to tell you about. She also has many talents, which she has been displaying at our Valley View Talent Show. For the last 3 years, she's entertained the crowd with her comedy acts and her hilarious jokes. She also enjoys playing the piano. She, her sisters, and a group of friends are getting ready to start a band, so be listening for the release of that album. One of my favorite things about Millie is that she has a servant's heart. She seeks out ways to make the lives of others around her better. We have a very special group of students in our building that are not able to communicate in the same ways that many of us are. Daily, Millie goes to our resource room and she works with those students instead of going outside to recess. Her kind words, her listening ears, her bright smile, and her simple act of caring for the students is observed through her personal connection with each and every one of them. She even helped them at our Special Olympics. Her friendship with the students has shown that she has the true ability to make everyone around her feel welcomed, valued, and included. She encapsulates our district mission of promoting a culture of mutual respect and acceptance to all. I asked Millie what she wanted me to share this evening, and she said she wants everyone here to know, and anyone that's watching, that her sisters are super kind and nice, and her brother is hilarious. But most of all, she wants you all to know how awesome her mom and dad are. Congratulations, Millie. We are super proud of you.
Good evening. My name is Erin Simpson, and I'm the principal of Grizzly Academy. I'm very proud to introduce Declan Just as our Grizzly Academy Board Student of the Month. Declan is a second grader in Mrs. Lucas and Miss Cook's class, and he is the son of Deb Just. Declan looks up to his older sisters, Amelia and Melina. Declan was nominated for this honor as a result of his hard work and efforts at Grizzly Academy. Declan is a leader and an example for the other students. He is safe, kind, and responsible in all that he does. This year, Declan has worked his way through levels 3, 4, and 5, and is now on day 55 of our independent level. His monthly average for points earned for the year is a 95%, and April was 99%. Declan is currently working on a transition plan and attends Isham Elementary for 2.5 hours, 2 days a week. He loves his Isham days, especially, how do you say it, Mr. Shalalala? Is that how you say it? Do you want to say it in the microphone? No? Okay. A little shy here now. He loves the Isham days, especially because his sister attends there and all of the friends he has made there. Our Grizzly Academy team is so very proud of him and excited for him to graduate, but we sure will miss his smile and energy and his tap shoes at Grizzly Academy. Declan does have a few favorites at Grizzly Academy. His favorite subject is science, and he especially loves learning about the life cycles of animals. His class is currently waiting for their caterpillars to become butterflies. His favorite thing this year is being on an independent level and having fun with his friends. What he loves most about Grizzly is all of his friends and teachers. Declan is always one to share what he loves when students are visiting, and this, of course, is accompanied by his amazing smile. If Declan were to give advice to a new Grizzly Academy Grizzly, he would tell them to be respectful and to not yell or run out of class. Good advice, Declan. Outside of school, Declan enjoys spending time with his family. He also takes guitar lessons because he loves music, and he just shared with me that he also plays the piano. As he looks to his future, he thinks he would like to do something with science because, well, he just really loves science. Declan is an amazing young man who has a bright future ahead of him. Our Grizzly Academy team knows he is ready to blossom just like the butterflies in his classroom, and he will continue to shine bright. Declan is sure to leave his mark on the world. Please join me in congratulating Declan Just, our Grizzly Academy rock star and Board of Education Student of the Month.
Hello and good evening, Board of Education and Wadsworth Community. I'm Brandon Cobb, proud principal of Central Intermediate School. I'm here tonight to celebrate our May Board Student Month, Aaron Kidney. Aaron is the son of Jacob and Krista, and he's also here tonight with Grandma and Sister Miranda. Aaron's a fifth grader, was nominated by his teachers, Mrs. Weber, Mr. Okunzi, and Mr. Arbach. Here's what his teachers had to say. Team Ingenuity is thrilled to recognize a truly outstanding fifth grade student as our Student of the Month, Aaron Kidney. Aaron is a bright and enthusiastic member of our team and school community. He enjoys all of his encore classes and has discovered a real passion for math, which he cites as his favorite subject. His engagement and curiosity in the class are truly commendable. Beyond his academic pursuits, Aaron is an incredibly well-rounded young man. He channels his energy and teamwork skills into a variety of activities, including baseball, football, wrestling, and music lessons. He's also actively participating in church activities, demonstrating his commitment to his community and values. When he's not in school, Aaron enjoys the thrill of riding dirt bikes and four-wheelers with his best friend. When asked to describe himself, Aaron uses the words fun, kind, and caring, and his actions within our school truly reflect these qualities. As a student, he is consistently cooperative and an active participant in all classroom activities. He possesses an excellent work ethic, tackling challenges with determination and perseverance. Aaron is a positive influence on his peers, encouraging others and fostering a supportive learning environment. He's also described by his teachers as responsible, reliable, and mature, demonstrating a level of maturity beyond his years. To top it all off, Aaron has a great sense of humor, bringing joy and laughter to our school. Team Ingenuity proudly celebrates Aaron Kidney as Board Student of the Month. His enthusiasm for learning, dedication to his activities, positive character, and strong work ethic may make him a true role model for his classmates. We look forward to seeing all that he will accomplish in the future. Please help me congratulate CIS May Board Student of the Month, Aaron Kidney.
Good evening. I'm Chris Roberts, principal at Wadsworth Middle School, and it is my honor to recognize Kinley Ferguson as the Wadsworth Middle School Board Student of the Month for May 2025. Kinley is the kind of student who leads by example, quietly determined, consistently kind, and always striving for excellence. Kinley has a deep appreciation for learning, especially in math, where she finds comfort in the fact that there's always a definite answer. Her success at Wadsworth Middle School is no accident. It is built upon the support of her family, particularly her dad, who studies with her and helps prepare for tests. It is also nurtured by the dedication of her teachers, who she says give her all the instruction and support she needs to be successful, and by her friends, who help make school a happy and positive place. Motivation for Kinley comes from within. She holds herself to a high standard, always working to maintain straight A's, not just for herself, but she likes to make her parents proud. She understands that the habits she builds now will be the foundation for her success in high school and beyond. Outside of the classroom, Kinley's passion is competitive dance. It is more than just an activity. It's her happy place, where she has built strong friendships and learned the value of discipline and teamwork. When Kinley faces challenges, she approaches them with maturity and thoughtfulness. She sets reminders to stay organized, talks through obstacles with her parents, and breaks problems into smaller parts to work through them more effectively. Her ability to stay focused, especially during the busy times of the school year, is a testament to her drive and character. She also draws inspiration from those around her, especially her older sister, a senior at Wadsworth High School. Their bond has grown stronger over time, and her sister now helps her with assignments and shares advice about what lies ahead. Kinley's advice to her classmates is both wise and heartfelt. Find someone who inspires you to be the best version of yourself and will push you to do your best. Kinley credits all her teachers for shaping her middle school experience, but gives special recognition to Mrs. Smith, her math teacher, for making learning enjoyable and helping her thrive in a subject she truly enjoys. Kinley, thank you for being such a positive force at Wadsworth Middle School. Your work ethic, kindness, and commitment to excellence make you a wonderful role model for your peers. Please join me in congratulating Wadsworth Middle School's Board Student of the Month, Kinley Ferguson.
Good evening. I'm Vincent Super, and I'm the proud principal of Wadsworth High School, and we proudly present Mason Blake as May's Career Tech Student of the Month. Mason is the son of Allison and Toby Blake. Mason enjoys spending time at their lake house with his parents and two sisters, Tessa and Leah. He also enjoys going on four-wheeling trips, golfing, and fishing with his dad and his friends. Mason is involved in a number of activities at Wadsworth High School in his compact program. For the past 4 years, lacrosse has been a huge part of his high school experience, culminating in Suburban League honors and being named team captain this school year. Balancing academics and athletics has been a priority for Mason, evidenced by him receiving Scholar Athlete Award for the last 3 years. Mason has also found success in other areas, such as the annual Holiday Skills Masonry competition in both his junior and senior year. His passion for skilled trades led him to the Skills USA State competition this past March in Columbus, where he proudly placed second. Mason also received his OSHA 10 certification. Mason has had a very important impact on Wadsworth High School, and his compact teacher, Mr. Michael Witzberger, had this to say: Mason Blake is an exceptional student, hardworking, reliable, and always prepared. And he has always excelled in my class, demonstrated by his multiple masonry competition wins and a second place finish at the Skills USA State competition. Over the past 2 years, Mason has developed a remarkable work ethic, and I'm confident that he will thrive in any trade he pursues. After graduating, Mason plans to attend the Buckeye Career Center Climate School in New Philadelphia to pursue a career in utility line work and communications and drone certification. Please join me in congratulating Mason Blake. And Wadsworth High School proudly presents Connor Geigler as May's Student of the Month. Connor is the son of Matt and Danielle Geigler. He enjoys traveling and relaxing with his family, including his little sister Amelia, and especially has fun beating them all in Mario Kart. Connor is an outstanding senior at Wadsworth High School. He is deeply involved in a variety of activities. In speech and debate, he was a 4-year state competitor and a 2-year national competitor, developing strong communication skills. He has also participated in cross country and the swim team. Demonstrating leadership, Connor served as a student board representative, as you see here today, and an executive member of the National Honor Society, while also engaging in peer mentoring and student council. His interests also extended to the philosophy club and our ski club. And Connor is dedicated to his academics and is willing to challenge himself within his coursework. This year, Connor's taken AP Microeconomics, AP European History, AP Research, CCP Technology and Human Values, CCP Intro to Geography, CCP Intro to Ethics, and CCP Intro to Oceans. Throughout his career, Connor has taken a total of 9 AP classes and 3 CCP classes, while actively participating in a variety of school activities. And Connor has a 4.29 grade point average, combined with challenging coursework over 4 years, which is a testament to his hard work and dedication to his education. One of Connor's teachers, Mr. Jason Knapp, had this to say: "It is my great pleasure and honor to recognize Connor Geigler as our Student of the Month. His exceptional performance history class. I have taught Connor in all of my history courses: AP US History, AP European History, and Ancient Empires, which is a CCP course. Connor brings a rare combination of curiosity, critical thinking, and passion for understanding topics in all facets of social studies, whether drawing connections across time periods or asking thoughtful, probing questions during discussion. Connor demonstrates a deep respect for the complexity of history. Beyond academic achievement, he contributes meaningfully to our classroom community, listening actively, encouraging peers, and modeling what it means to be a responsible and engaged learner. Connor just doesn't study history, he brings it to life and inspires those around to see his values. Congrats to Connor for this well-deserved recognition." Additionally, Connor's principal, Dr. Vincent Suber, had this to say about Connor: I've been in a rare position that Connor's mother, Mrs. Gogler, works in her office, so I got to see Connor grow from a curious freshman to a responsible, remarkable leader, responsible senior. It has been my pleasure to watch him grow into the young man you see in front of you today. So it is my honor to be here to present this to Connor Gogler as well. And after graduation, Connor plans to attend Ohio University, where he plans to double major in economics and environmental science. Afterwards, he would like to find a job, preferably as an environmental economist. Please join me in congratulating Connor Gogler.
I knew it'd be a short one. I have to bring this down. But Connor, on behalf of the board and any other members that want to say something for you, we would just really like to thank you for all of your wonderful work. The student liaison is a very important part of what we do. And I know I speak for everyone when I say that you set the bar extra high for those that follow you. And we just can't wait to see all the great things that you continue to do. And congratulations for all that you've accomplished. So, thank you. Very good. Thank you.
This time we have a special presentation. Dr. Robert Lasko, Superintendent of the Educational Service Center of Medina County, is here to present.
Good evening, and thanks to the community and the board for welcoming me tonight, and congratulations to Jacqueline Mannion for this award. So I'm here to represent the ESC and our committee in presenting the William J. Curran Inspiration Award. So a little bit about this award and how we arrived at this award. For the past 35 years, Ohio's 51 ESCs receive applications, one from every school in their county, for the Franklin B. Walter Award, and that's the top scholastic award in the state. So across the state, or in the county, there's only 7. So first of all, congratulations for reaching that. You're the top one at Wadsworth. That was given to us for recognition. And then there's only 88 students who receive that recognition statewide. It's a very specific criteria, probably one of the hardest awards that our committee has to come up with on how to decide, because any one of these students is deserving, quite frankly. And looking at your application, Jacqueline, you're academically qualified and then some. But every single year we looked at these applications, and we've seen a trend. It's not just high school seniors picking a few things to do, civic, so it looks good on their application. We were time and time again seeing students who are balancing academic, athletic, civic, religious, school activities day in and day out. I have a busy life, and I don't know how they do this. And looking at her application, I don't know how she's able to balance these things. But it wasn't just hit or miss, a few things here and there. It was a dedication over the course of her high school career to serving the school, to serving the broader community, and making a huge impact. And when we sat down as a committee, we thought academics are really important, and academics will certainly take you far, and you're very qualified there. But what's going to take you the farthest in life is something that we wanted to recognize. The ability to balance all the stresses and all the activities in life that we have, and busy parents, you certainly well know that. The other part is giving back to your community. It's one thing to be successful individually and to not share your time, talent, and treasures, but to share that and to have the recognition and responsibility and maturity as a high school senior, to share that with your school and your community, we felt that we wanted to recognize that. So that's why we have the William J. Curran Inspiration Award, and you are very deserving of that. If you ask her for all the things she's done, I think it was 2 pages of activities that you've been in and served your community, so I couldn't be more proud and honored to be here to recognize you tonight. So we have a letter and a plaque here as well in recognition. Try not to drop it. There you go.
Congratulations again to all of our Students of the Month and to Jacqueline on her award. For those of you that are here tonight for the award ceremonies, while you're more than welcome to stick around for the business portion of the meeting we're going to transition into, you're also more than welcome to leave at this time. Thank you for joining us and congratulations. Board, at this time, we're going to transition into the presentation on our updated 5-year financial forecast by our treasurer, Mr. Douglas Beeman.
Well, I certainly know how to clear out a room. People hear financial forecast and they're out. All righty, so we're going to make this as lively as we can make it. Here to give you an update on our 5-year forecast that I'll ask you to adopt later on this evening for submission to the Ohio Department of Education and Workflow. So to start off, in the way of review, in November, our forecast, we were projecting about $61.5 million in the general fund and in revenue, and a little bit over $63 million in expenditures. This May, with the update, we're projecting about $62.5 million, $62.6 million. That's primarily related to property and public utility personal property taxes, specifically related to the Nexus pipeline and investment income. And we'll get into a little bit more detail in there. So our forecast does look a little better this year, and then because of some of the staffing changes that you're well aware of that we're making in future years, does look a little better than it did when we looked at it in the fall. So property taxes, the biennial budget, staffing, and healthcare are kind of the things that we want to focus on tonight. Those are the 4 things that are impacting the forecast the most. So starting out with property taxes, so our assessed valuation this year for 2024, collection year 2025, went up about 1.75%. So we were projecting about 1% increase in both property and PUPP. That 0.93 is what we saw last year. So last year we saw about less than 1% increase in our property taxes. Increases were actually 2.4 and 8.8. So focusing on the 8.8, that is specifically related to the public utility personal property taxes and the Nexus pipeline. So we've talked about Nexus for quite a long time. Came online, I think, 2016-ish. They assessed the value, and Nexus immediately began following appeals. Those appeals went through various state agencies, and I think their appeal was at the top was to value it at 48% of the original assessed value. Those appeals have all been settled, and just like any other appeal, they start here, the appeal's down here, they meet somewhere in the middle, right? So this year we received reimbursements for 2019 and 2020. We've already received 2021 and 2021, and then 22 and 23 are supposed to be paid this fall. So second quarter of 2025, which will be the first quarter of 2020, fiscal year 26 for us. So that's primarily for the reason for the large increase in the public utility personal property, which had a positive impact on our forecast. The biennial budget, the other half of what the major source of revenue for us. So we've had 2 proposals so far, the governor's proposal and the House proposal. So in the governor's proposal, they did intend to keep the fair school funding plan, but they did not change the input factors. So the input factors are the core component of the fair school funding plan. It's how we determine what the base cost or the amount we receive per student for educating a student in Wadsworth City schools. Those funding levels were left at fiscal year 22. So what does that mean? They were going to fund us what it costs to educate a student in fiscal year 22 in 2026. So we know inflation's happening, we know we have negotiated agreements, we know our costs are increasing, but yet the funding level is still back where it was in fiscal year 22, 4 years later. So that was concern in the governor's proposal, was they weren't increasing those input factors like they did in the previous biennium. The governor also wanted to phase out the guarantee. So we're a guaranteed district. What does that mean, and why are we a guaranteed district? So if you think about the funding formula in a simplistic manner, it's base cost, amount we get per kid, times the number of kids we have, times our local capacity or Wadsworth City Schools local share. Our enrollment's been declining, so if you take one of the factors in that equation out or lower it, it's going to produce a number, our funding number, that's less. The state says if your funding number is less than what you got the previous year, we'll guarantee that you continue to receive that same amount. So we've been a guaranteed district for a number of years. The governor wanted to propose to start phasing out the guarantee, which obviously would have a negative impact to us. All of this together meant about $2.5 million less under the governor's proposal for Wadsworth City Schools over the next 2 years. Obviously a concern. So come along the House proposal, they wanted to go a step further. They, instead of continuing the Fair School Funding Plan at fiscal year 22 levels, is they wanted to put a pause on the Fair School Funding Plan. So the leaders in the House are not proponents of the Fair School Funding Plan, and they propose to create a bridge, so to speak, and call it a bridge formula from where the Fair School Funding Plan last biennium to a new funding formula next biennium, build a bridge between those two formulas this year, and in essence fund you at the same levels that you've been funded at the last 2 years. We believe in the Fair School Funding Plan if properly done, if the input factors are updated and other cost factors are associated with that funding formula are done correctly. We believe the Fair School Funding Plan is the right way to fund schools in the state of Ohio, so that's concerned. The House proposal also wanted to change the 5-year forecast to a 3-year forecast, and we'll come back to that here in a second as to why they want to do that. They also wanted to create a 30% carryover balance limit. So what does that mean? At the end of the year, we have a carryover balance. If that balance is more than 30% of your prior year expenditures, they would order the, in our case, the Medina County Budget Commission to reduce the effective millage rate on voted levies. So levies that our community has voted and approved and said we are willing to spend this money to support schools, the Budget Commission would have the responsibility to lower that millage because you have, that school district has reserves in excess of 30%. So coming back to the 5-year forecast of 3 years, why would they do that? If school districts don't have the ability to carry over adequate reserves. So looking at this chart here, this is our revenue versus expenditures. You can see at the beginning of this chart in 2022, we had reserves. We were building our reserves because we had just come off of passing a levy and we were collecting more money than we were spending by design. Because we knew that our revenue, that blue line's relatively flat, is not going to increase, but our expenditures are. So you pass a levy, you build up some reserves for a couple of years, and then the next couple of years you spend down those reserves. If you can't build up adequate reserves because of a 30% limit, you're not going to be able to pass levies that are big enough to be able to do that. So what does that mean? That means instead of going every 4, 5, 6 years for levies that are 6, 7, 8, whatever mills, you're going to be going every single year for levies that are 1 and 2 mills. So instead of looking like this, you're going to have something that looks more like this. You're going to have to pattern your revenue sources to equal your expenditure sources your expenditures every year because you're not going to have the ability to build up reserves. So going back to why a 3-year forecast instead of a 5-year forecast, because every school district in the state of Ohio, if they can't build up adequate reserves the way we do things now with passing levies and building up reserves and spending those down, is going to show a negative balance in years 4 and 5. So what better way to do away with that issue than to take those last 2 years off the forecast, all right? I mean, it's very clear that they want to ignore the problem by reducing the forecast to a 3-year forecast instead of a 5-year forecast. So what does that mean for our current forecast? Because of all the unknown, the uncertainty, our forecast does not show any increase in state aid. I've got some small increases in there for career tech and casino money because those things are, I'm not going to say funded out. Career tech's funded within the formula, but casinos outside the formula, so those aren't going to be impacted by what's happening as much. So I think I have a 2 and a 1% increase in there for those. But you can see there from the chart, that's our history going back to 2023 with what our increases in state aid have been. You can see into the future, they're very, very minimal. You might ask, 2024, why is that one so big? 2024 was the first year of the current biennium. Guess what they did? Increase the input factors. The prior budget, they were funded at fiscal year 18 levels. Fast forward to fiscal year 24, they decided to increase the the funding numbers to fiscal year 22, so they're still 2 years in arrear, but at least they increased them, unlike what the governor's proposal was to do this time. Therefore, we saw, I'm not going to say a big increase, a whopping 1.6% increase in state aid, but that's a lot better than what we're projecting moving forward. So switching to the expenditure side, focusing on staffing and healthcare. So you can see this is what we did this year, a net increase as far as our teaching staff of 0, adding the 4 teachers at the Grizzly Academy, and then reducing the 4 positions that are listed there on the slide. And then looking at next year, looking at a net decrease of 2 teaching professionals, with the increase of 6 at Grizzly Academy as that program grows to a K-12 program, and then the 8 positions that we've discussed previously with you that are being eliminated or not replaced through attrition. The red graph shows our total spend for salaries. You can see growing modestly. The blue graph shows the percentage increase in our personnel costs. Focusing on the blue, then below it, you can see where those numbers, those bars are going down and have lower increase, are primarily driven by the staffing changes that we've made. So you can see where those numbers get small. Going into next year, we're at -2, and then projecting out the forecast has a reduction of 4 additional teachers the following year, and a reduction of additional 3 teachers the following year, and then it grows back up, because right now we aren't planning any reductions in the last year of the forecast. And then just to finalize healthcare insurance, it's been a little rough road recently. This year, the consortium just approved a 15.5% renewal for us. Over the previous 24 months, we've had a 118% loss ratio, meaning that for every $100 that we pay into the Summit Regional Healthcare Consortium, the consortium is paying out $118 in claims for us. And it's been that way for the previous 24 months and even in the previous before that. That's the reasons for the 18% renewal last year and the 15% renewal this year. So we're projecting into the future 11 and 12%. You can see there are renewals over the past 10 years. We're hoping that with these 2 large increases that our rates are now stabilized and we're paying in what our costs are, and we can start building back up our reserves and having more normal renewals. So we're projecting between 11 and 12%. I think I have 12% next year and then 11% the final 3 years of the 5-year forecast. So just kind of to summarize, there's our ending cash balances. You can see showing a positive cash balance through fiscal year 27 and going negative in fiscal year 28. That is consistent with what you approved in November, where when we turn red hasn't changed. The numbers have improved. They're not that negative $4 million in fiscal year 28 is much better than what it was in fiscal year, or than what you approved in November, again, primarily related to the PUP that I mentioned, as well as the staffing changes that we've made. So back in November, we were only projecting to eliminate 4 positions, and now we're eliminating 8 of those positions that were highlighted on the previous slide. So just a prerequisite of what's to come. Right now, we are showing a deficit in year 4. If I come back in November with this forecast, fiscal year 28 will be year 3. If the district shows a deficit balance in year 3, Ohio Department of Education and Workforce will put us in precaution status, and we will have to submit, along with our 5-year forecast, a plan of how we plan to correct that. So that's something we need to continue to focus on and talk about as we approach next November. So to summarize, the 4 things I talked about earlier, public utility and personal property taxes, those are good, thumbs up. That was helped us this year with the Nexus pipeline primarily. Biennial budget, that's bad. Staffing reductions are pretty much a direct correlation to the biennial budget, not getting any additional aid. One of the reasons we need to reduce staff, along with our declining enrollment. And the healthcare renewal, well, that was pretty bad too. And then there's just a picture of our carryover balances as well. So with that, if there are any questions, if not, I'll ask you to approve the forecast later on in my portion of the agenda. Everybody's still awake, so good. Thumbs up. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Doug, and some applause, too. That's great. And then I believe we have some more administrative and discussion items, Dr. Hill.
Yes, the last item under this section is just the public portion for an intent to rehire Andy Booth as a teacher. The process that we talked about last month, we had to give a 60-day public notice of the intention for a recommendation to you. We're required to have a public hearing on that 30 days prior to action, which is today. And then we'll come back, I will come back at, I think it's 15 to 30 days actually. And then I'll come back at your June 9th meeting and make an official recommendation to rehire him per the conditions of the memorandum of understanding that you previously approved at your February 10th meeting. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those, but okay. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone here for public participation? Okay, before I call you up, is that? Is that Aaron? Never mind. Come on up, Aaron. You know the rules. And it wouldn't have done me any good to have my glasses anyway, because I can't see that far. We like that.
I just wanted to come up and congratulate Connor Gogler as well, because I was his kindergarten principal, and he used to come in with his rolling suitcase filled with canned food items for Mrs. Ott so that we could have the most cans, and he would bring them every year after that until he left in 4th grade. And he's just a wonderful young man and has been great on the board and just a great representative of Wadsworth City Schools. So I just wanted to congratulate him, and he still reminded me that I used to tell him I just wanted to put him in my pocket and take him home, and he said he still could do that. So he's just a great kiddo, and he's going to do great things in this world. So I just want to congratulate Connor.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Thanks, Aaron, appreciate that. Okay, moving on then to administrative items, back to Dr. Hill.
Thank you. Tonight, under personnel consent, I have items 1 through 4 for your consideration. On the addendum that came out today, 1F, 83 through 86, those are supplemental contracts, was added, as was 1H, certified employees, Mackenzie Monroe and Brenna Walker. Well, I'll just jump to that real quick, and then I'll come back on a couple. I believe they're both here tonight if they want to stand up. They're being recommended to fill positions as we expand the Grizzly Academy. So we're thrilled to have them join our team with your approval this evening. Ladies, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
A couple other just quick notes. I think the 1 through 4 is pretty straightforward. I wanted to jump down, even though it's not under this item, just quickly on the ratification of resignations. We're losing a lot of good people through either resignation or retirement. Just wanted to point out and thank, though, Kristen Robinson, Beth Snyder, and Jody Starcher for their many years of service to our school district, as you'll consider those later. So at this time, I recommend to you personnel consent items 1 through 4 with the noted addendums.
You may get a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Mr. Beeman.
Jill Stevens.
Aye.
Tim Beck.
Aye.
Gary McComas.
Aye.
Julie Beatty.
Aye.
And Andy Gordon.
Aye.
Moving into action consent items, tonight I have items 1 through 18 for your consideration. 16 through 18 came out on the addendum today. 16 is a memorandum of understanding with the Wadsworth Education Association regarding the payment for golf coaches and how those supplemental contracts are split. It's identical to one that you previously approved last year. Item 17, we were finally able today, with the help of our legal counsel, after a few months, to be able to wrap up the sales agreement, terms and conditions, and a technology agreement with Cengage. If you may recall, last month, you approved the adoption of Cengage materials for social studies for grades 7 through 9, contingent on the completion of these items, which are before you tonight. And then item 18 on that addendum was a recommendation to accept a donation of baseball uniforms, jerseys specifically, valued at $1,324.47 from the Hit Warehouse. Thank Mike Vaverka and others from that organization for that donation. A couple other items of note that were on the agenda that went out on Friday. Item 10 is the tentative graduation roster for the class of 2025. As a note, you are asked to consider approval of the tentative roster. We'll bring a final roster to the June meeting for your approval as well. But because graduation falls prior to your June meeting, you see a tentative one this evening. Item 11, we want to thank the band boosters for their donation of $5,000. I believe that is the matching portion for the uniform fund for band. We thank that booster club for all that they continue to do. It's a lot of time that they put into making things happen, to make money, to then donate back to the program. So at this time, I recommend to you action consent items 1 through 18, noting 16 through 18 are from this afternoon's addendum.
Second. Thank you. Any questions? Did Tim already make a motion?
Or wait, yeah. So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Overachievers up here. Okay, get a roll call, Mr. Beeman.
Tim Beck?
Aye.
Gary McComas?
Aye.
Lily Beatty?
Aye.
Amanda Gordon?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Tim, you're going to have to wait a minute for your exciting legislative update. We got to let the treasurer go first, all right? All right, Doug, up to you there.
Thank you. I have a few items tonight. The first one is an announcement that our fiscal year 24 audit is finally complete, and we did receive a clean, unqualified opinion, as well as the district did receive the Auditor State Award again this year. And then, of course, to approve the 5-year forecast, an action item there related to the Medina County sales tax and our OFCC maintenance fund, as well as the matching half on the board to what Dr. Hill just discussed with the band boosters as a transfer to the band uniform fund to match their donation. And of course, your April financial reports.
Okay. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, discussion? Roll call, Doug.
Gary McComas.
Aye.
Julie Beatty.
Aye.
Amanda Gordon.
Aye.
Jill Stevens.
Aye.
Tim Beck.
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks very much for all of your good work. Okay, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Beeman, for just explaining all the complicated, this way that our schools are funded. Very thorough. I appreciate that. Anybody that is watching at home, press rewind, watch that again. I think that was very helpful. From the legislative standpoint, House Bill 96 continues to be dominating the conversation at the State House. April 28th, it moved to the Senate. Have been opportunities for public participation and testimony on May 7th, and then also in a couple days on May 14th. I think at last count, there were over 60 administrators from across the state who have shared their testimony. After the 14th of May, it will go to committee in the State House, and at some point before June 11th, they will pass their final version of their budget, and it'll be sent to the governor, which will have to be signed into law, I believe, by June 30th. So there is still time, if anybody would like to contact our state senator, and that's Mark Romanchuk. And if you would like to do that, you can go to the State House website or to find his information, or you can email Romanchuk, ROMANCHUK @ohiosenate.gov if you would like to share your opinions. I think a lot of public school districts are just concerned about how to fund fairly their school districts. So again, rewatch Mr. Beeman's presentation, type it up word for word, and email that to our senators. That would be pretty helpful, I think. But regardless, it is an opportunity for our community to speak out if they would feel the need to. So other than that, there are a lot of other bills under consideration. There are over 30 that deal with property taxes, which of course then affect our funding as well. So lots of things happening, and there are a plethora of other education bills that are being proposed, but at the present, House Bill 96 is the one that's most pressing, we believe, to public schools. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, moving to board member items, we first have items A1 through 6, ratification of resignations. So if I could get a motion and a second for that.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Roll call, Doug.
Julie Beatty?
Aye.
Amanda Gordon?
Aye.
Jill Stevens?
Aye.
Tim Beck?
Aye.
Carrie McComas?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and the last time, but I know it'll be the best time. Connor, if you'd like to kick us off.
I'd like to make it the best time, thank you. So I would just like to preface by saying there are a lot of things on here focused towards our 2025 class. That is not on purpose. There are just a lot of things going on right now. So let's start by looking around the school. And I'd just like to give a special thanks to all the administrators, parents, and faculty that helped put on a great promenade after prom and prom dance last weekend. I had a great time. I know that everybody that I talked to also had a great time. I'd just like to say thank you to all of you. I know a lot of hard work went into all of that from everybody. So we really, really appreciate that. But less fun than that is this week we have senior exams. All seniors will have either their actual exams or AP testing wrapping up this week. After that, most of the seniors will be out of the building. So if you see them one last time, make sure to say bye. Then this Thursday on May 15th, the Wadsworth High School Scholarship Night is going to be held right here in the PAC at 7 p.m. And all seniors who are receiving awards will have received an email towards the end of April. Congratulations to all of these outstanding seniors. I've heard it's going to be a fun night. And then this upcoming Sunday, May 18th at 7 p.m., the class of 2025 baccalaureate will be held at the Wadsworth High School Gymnasium. The service will last for roughly an hour. Any seniors that would like to come don't need to sign up for anything beforehand. They can just come the night of. I will be attending, and I'm very grateful that that is being hosted as well. Then for those graduating, commencement practice will be mandatory and held next Tuesday and Wednesday on May 20th and 21st at 8:45 a.m. on both days, going till about noon on both of those days. And then a little bit more fun than the commencement practice is the actual commencement, which is Sunday on May 25th, where graduating students will need to arrive at the PAC by 1 p.m. with actual commencement taking place at 2 p.m. at Artwright Stadium. And then for any more information on caps and gowns, apparel, and what's appropriate, and additional recognition, we have a 2025 Wadsworth High School Senior Class Bulletin. All of the information's on there with times, dates, and anything else you may need to look at. Now, looking to some fine arts, last Friday I had the chance to go and watch and really appreciate our final choir performance. Congratulations to all of our talented students who performed, and especially congratulations to all of our seniors. They did a tremendous job. Good job there. And then actually just tomorrow, May 13th, will be the final band concert. Good luck to all of those performing. Again, all of you seniors that are in band, we're gonna miss you. And then just a few weeks ago, I'm very happy to announce we had a couple more national qualifiers on our Wadsworth High School Grizzly Speech and Debate team. So congratulations to Kendall Randolph and Jack Mallory, who qualified in duo interpretation to the tournament in June, which is something else I'd like to say is a little bit more in the future. But from June 15th to June 20th, our speech and debate team is going to travel to Des Moines, Iowa to go and compete at the national tournament. We're taking all four of us. I'm really excited for that, and I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity to do so. Now, looking to sports, I'd like to give a quick highlight to Stephanie Novak, who set the new school record in the pole vault. Congratulations to her. And then along with that, good luck to our track team, who's going to compete at the Suburban Leagues this Thursday. I hope we have a lot of people qualify even further. And then along with that, lacrosse and baseball are both off to playoffs. Good luck to all of our talented student athletes. Now, I'd like to wrap up my final presentation with just a couple thank yous. And first, I'd like to just extend the greatest of thanks to all of you guys. I've had the opportunity to talk with a lot of students from other schools, and I'm the only one that has had an opportunity like this or even heard an opportunity like this. So I'd like to thank you all for not just allowing me to do this, but allowing me to come up here with open arms every single month at this board meeting. I've had a really great time. Then I'd also like to say about 8 years ago, I actually stood on this exact same stage for my Board Student of the Month presentation when Miss Simpson actually presented me as the Overlook Board Student of the Month. And I'd just like to say there are a couple things that have changed, but one of the things that hasn't changed is that my favorite food is still spaghetti. But a couple things that have changed are that I no longer want to go into engineering. I no longer believe that I'm going to compete in the Olympics in swimming. And also, I actually understand what the board does now, and I'm very appreciative towards each and every one of you, both our administrators, our faculty, and even further, all of our parents, for allowing us all of the opportunities to do all of the things that I've gotten to do over the last 13 years in Wadsworth High School. I couldn't be more proud to say that I'm a Grizzly, and I couldn't be more appreciative of the district that I've gotten to grow up in. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to our faculty, and thank you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you. Julie, you get to follow.
I know. I get tears back in my eyes before I say anything. Well, I want to thank you for your excellent representation of the student body of Wadsworth High School on this board. You have been tremendous, and I've learned so much about the high school that I wasn't aware of, and all of the activities and things that go on, and you have an incredible future ahead of you. So proud of you. So good luck in your future. I just want to say, too, I certainly am reading all of the newsletters and seeing all of the field days and the picnics and all of the end-of-year activities occurring, and I know that's so exciting and fun, and I just continue to marvel at how our administration and how the teachers and staff integrate our community and our senior citizens and our high school students and even our elementary students interacting with senior citizens, how it's all integrated into activities, and everybody learns from everybody, and I just think that's just a remarkable thing, and I think that's something too that's very special about Wadsworth. And I just want to thank all of the administration, administrators, staff, the teachers, certainly the community, the bus drivers, the maintenance, custodians. It's all a team effort, and we all work together, and that's what makes, again, Wadsworth so incredibly special as a school district. So I wish you the best summer, and I thank you for everything that you do for our kids every single day. Thank you. Hey, Jill.
Just going to go with mic drop, but thank you, Connor, as well, and Dr. Suber for next year. This is just what we're looking for. It's easy peasy. Another Connor. I understand he has 2 younger siblings, so so thank you, Connor, for your participation this year. It's been fun. I wrote down a thank you to the post-prom committee. I know it's a lot of work, and I appreciate those parent volunteers, as well as our PTO leaders and our members as we wind down the school year. I know last year was Teacher Appreciation Week, and they do a lot of impressive things at these schools, so shout out to them. And that's it, because otherwise I'll start duplicating.
Gary?
What's left to not duplicate? Connor, it's been a pleasure meeting you this year. I know you're going to be very successful. I wish you the best moving forward, and keep tabs with us every once in a while of how things are going, but it's been a pleasure. I want to just congratulate all the seniors that are graduating. I mean, it's a big deal. It's right here, right now. Look forward to seeing everybody in a week from Sunday. And to all the administration, all the staff, all the teachers, another year is almost under our belts, and they get to relax, take a breath, and do it all over again. So anyways, everybody, appreciate all the hard work and dedication that goes into making Wadsworth the great district that it is.
Thank you. Tim?
Yeah, also congrats, Connor. You said that you understand what the board does. That's pretty good. I'm in my second year. I'm still learning. So I think we all are at times. It's just been great to see your involvement here this year. So on Thursday and Friday of last week, it was the final choir performance of the year. There were 23 seniors in the choir. Tomorrow night is the final band concert, 17 seniors in the band, so congratulations to those seniors in those activities. There was mention of Stephanie Novak, the pole vaulter. Stephanie is going to be attending Ohio Wesleyan in the fall. And I think it's pretty cool because Ohio Wesleyan next year will have 3 pole vaulters from Wadsworth High School pole vaulting for their college track and field team. My daughter is one of them. So that's really exciting because whenever we get to go watch her jump, we get to see fellow Wadsworth alumni represented there as well. One of the highlights from last year was when we toured Lincoln Elementary and we got to see the baby chicks in Mrs. Eccles' class hatch. And I've been asking Ms. Maslick about this routinely, but I ran into a student named Braxton who's a first grader in Mrs. Eccles' class. And so I asked him what was the status on the baby chicks. And he said that one hatched and went to the farm. And I didn't know if he literally meant went to the farm or went to the farm. It doesn't matter either way, but I'm sure that was a great experience for...
Poor chickie.
Okay, thank you. All right, either way, there's plenty of learning opportunities in all of our buildings, and we're thankful for that. So, and with that, I hope that everybody finishes strong this year, and all the parents and students. We made it. It is kind of crazy to think that it's already, the middle of May here. So, but a lot of exciting things to come over the next few weeks, and then you get a break. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you. It always amazes me that, May is one of the longest calendar months of the year, and it just seems like a blur. So I just wish for everyone to enjoy and try to freeze frame those moments and slow it down the best that you can. And just caused by something that Connor said and was talking about his relationship with Aaron and all the way back to first grade and the impacts that our teachers and administrators make on our kids, that, when he ends up my age, which is a long time from now, he's still going to remember those things. And I just think it's absolutely fantastic. And with that, on a personal level, I'd like to call out and wish the very best to one of our retirees from the middle school, Rochelle Hanchy. And it's along that same vein that I wish her the very best in her retirement, because she was one of those very impactful teachers with respect to my son. We were just chuckling about it the other night, and my son's been graduated for a while, and he still remembers that he was the only kid in her 4th grade class that didn't get a check mark all year, and so she's still threatening to give him one. But the incredible opportunity and impact that all of you make on our kids, and they carry with that going forward, and we can continue to share in their success. I just, kudos to every one of you for all that you do and how much you care for our kids, and you really make our district what it is. So thank you very much. So with that, unless anybody had anything else to add, we're going to retire into executive session for the purposes of A2, which is employment, and E, matters required to be kept confidential by federal law, rules, and state statutes. So if I could get a motion and a second for that.
So moved.
Second. Okay. Roll call, Doug.
Amanda Gordon.
Aye.
Jill Stevens.
Aye.
Tim Beck. Aye. Gary McComas.
Aye.
Julie Beatty.
Aye. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Please take care.
Okay, remember we're in the main office.